Hello, and welcome to another episode of The Lazy Hypnotherapist. I'm your host, Lily, as always, and I'm a certified hypnotherapist and a trainer of conversational hypnosis. Thank you so much for joining me today, whether you're watching me on YouTube or you're listening to me on a podcast. I can never say that word. Podcast platform. Thank you. I'm really grateful to have you here, and thank you for joining me for the last few episodes. We've had a really great response, so it's really nice, and I love hearing feedback from you guys, so thank you. What I'm not going to do is I'm certainly not going to plug my upcoming live conversational hypnosis training. I'm just not going to do it. I've done it on the last couple of episodes. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to tell you that it is on Friday and Saturday of this week. I'm not going to tell you that it's not just for hypnotherapists, and I am not going to tell you that it will teach you how to get deeper, more long-lasting results for your clients in a way that helps you avoid burnout. I'm just not going to do it. Okay. Let's get into today's episode. But seriously, if you do want to come along, you'll absolutely love it. And if you do have any questions or anything, always feel free to just slide into my DMs and we can have a chat. Even if you're just curious or you just have questions about anything, just always have a chat to me. I love hearing from you all. So thank you for the positive response to the last few episodes as well. I really appreciate it. I just really appreciate it, and I'm so happy to have you all listening in. And also, I love that I get to just talk about topics that I'm really interested in and things that I feel like will really help you. And I think the way that I'm being able to do that is as I said on the first episode, I think I'm just really taking the pressure off with this. I'm not forcing myself to do an episode every week, even though I have, just because I just want to talk about things that I really want to talk about. So I hope you know that with every episode that I'm doing, it's really intentional and it's really something that I think is worth speaking about. Otherwise, I just wouldn't do an episode. And today's topic, I think, is one that's really important and at the crux of a lot of therapy, but also just people's lives in general. And it's something that's sort of just thrown out there a lot, which is self-sabotage. I think it's something that we probably don't speak enough about how it shows up, but also why it shows up and what it's doing there, and the disconnect between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind that causes self-sabotage. I feel like I've been saying since I was an early teenager, I'm self-sabotaging. It's just something that we just say, but I don't think we ever think, how do I stop this, or what am I doing, or why am I doing it? It's just something that I think we've come to accept, that as human beings, it's something that we do. And we do it in so many different ways. It's really when our conscious mind is like, I want to do this thing, or I've decided to do this thing. But the subconscious mind is like, nah, better not, sort of thing. And we all know what it feels like to want something really deeply, whether it's a really healthy, happy relationship, whether it's success in our career, whether it's even, just small things seemingly small things, but actually big things. Like, I want to exercise more. I want to meditate every day. Any goals that we have or things that we decide that we want consciously, if our subconscious doesn't want it, we're not going to get it. And that is self-sabotage right there. It's the disconnect between what your conscious mind wants and what your subconscious mind thinks you should want or thinks that you should do. And I think the trap that a lot of people fall into is that they're doing it out of weakness or laziness or a lack of discipline or motivation. You know, you hear a lot of people say like, oh, where do you get the motivation? How do you get the motivation? I'm just lacking motivation. And it's like, well, no, I don't think necessarily you are. Your subconscious just has a very clear survival strategy in place that currently isn't allowing you to go after these things. And every person's subconscious mind is different. But what is the same is that when it comes to the conscious mind and the subconscious mind is always going to win, because when it comes to logic versus emotion, emotion will always win. And we all know that within the subconscious mind is where our emotion is held. And it will always triumph because it has the emotional pull. It has the stronger emphasis. It has the stronger feeling to it. So it will always win. And our emotions, they come from experiences and things that happen. We don't just have these subconscious blueprints when we're born. We develop them. We develop over time what our subconscious mind believes is a threat. And so it might seem silly and trivial that our subconscious mind is trying to protect us from going to the gym. It seems silly that our subconscious mind is trying to protect us from having a healthy relationship. Like, wouldn't it want those things? Wouldn't that be protective for us? And the answer is, yeah, it would be. It would be based on critical thinking. It would be based on logic. It would be based on analytical reasoning. Yes, absolutely. But our subconscious mind takes on meanings that don't deal with logic. They don't deal with reasoning. They don't deal with the reality. They deal with the feeling at the time when a belief is created and reinforced. So, you know, for something like a relationship, right? A lot of people find that when they do get into a healthy relationship, kind of similar to what we spoke about last week with ROCD, or was that the week before? Could have been the week before. You might notice that if someone's self-sabotaging, they start a lot of fights. And you would think, oh, that's ruining this really healthy, great thing. But subconsciously, maybe there's a belief that relationships aren't safe, that relationships have to have fights, that you need to push the person to see if they really want to be with you. And so you need to start these fights so that you can be in the driver's seat and you can get to some sort of reassurance and safety. It's a really roundabout way to get there. And at the time when you're picking the fight, you're not thinking, oh, I'm going to do this so that I can push them and I can see if they truly love me and then I can feel safe. No. Your subconscious mind processes things so quickly and it is a reflex. So it goes there straight away. It skips all the steps. It knows where it's going and it just goes to the fight. And it doesn't make sense in the moment, but subconsciously it makes sense as a protective strategy. You might also find that maybe you avoid certain opportunities. You don't put yourself out there. You procrastinate, right? And maybe you even really, really want this new this new job, this new opportunity. You tell everyone, oh, I'm really wanting this thing to happen in my life, but you're not actively doing anything to get it. You're actively avoiding situations, you're procrastinating, putting in an application or whatever it is, and it's like they're not aligning. But they're not aligning because maybe there is a subconscious belief there that is trying to protect you. And if we put two people next to each other doing the same things, so, procrastinating, they'll have different meanings attached to as to why. And they'll have different things that have caused these beliefs. But the same thing is that both of them are trying to protect themselves. Because what it means to them. Maybe there's a fear that if they go for it and they get rejected, then they'll be in a lot of pain. Maybe success to them means that they will lose certain people, or they will make other people feel bad because they've seen that as a child. Maybe they've seen wealth change people in a really bad way, or people respond negatively to people that are wealthy and are successful, and so therefore they whilst they might consciously want that, they avoid opportunities to get there because of those beliefs that they have developed about what that means and what that could mean for their life. So they subconsciously are trying to stop themselves from doing that. Like, when we break it down, it makes so much sense. But in the moment, it can feel like, what's happening? Like, this is out of my control. This is something that is completely beyond my decision making. This is just happening. This is just my life. This is just what I do. But actually, what you're doing is you are doing like what it feels like is the most responsible thing to do, which is protect yourself, which is what we are designed to do. It's not bad. It's not something wrong with you. It's not weak. It's not anything. You've just got a protective strategy in place that is serving a purpose. Whether it's protection, comfort, belonging, control, those 4 things right there, they are the things that we crave the most as human beings. Protection, comfort, belonging, and control. We will put up a lot of protective strategies, survival strategies, to get these things, which is not a bad thing. It's just the things that we attach as things that are dangerous, that are uncomfortable, that are scary, aren't always actually the things that would bring those things to us. They're not actually the things that are dangerous to us. It's just that probably when we're younger, we developed all these beliefs and we saw all these things and we made all of these interpretations out of the world around us and how we fit into it to develop these beliefs and these coping and survival strategies. And the thing is that when it comes to your subconscious mind, you can't force it or fight it or battle it. It's not going to work. And I have a lot of clients that come to me and they say, I try and fight this thing every single day. I try and fight, this voice comes up that tells me to binge, or that tells me to pick a fight, that tells me that I need to think about all of these things and overthink and stress and worry. I try and fight it all the time. I try and say like F off to it and whatever. But my biggest thing is like, what you resist persists. What you fight against is going to fight back. We have to learn to work with our subconscious mind, to become a team with our subconscious mind. That is when we're able to make shifts from like melding together. That is when we're able to make shifts from a place where it's like consciously, I want to protect myself. Subconsciously, I want to protect myself. Let's align so that we can do this in a really effective, self-serving, efficient, productive way. Let's do it together. It's like we both have the same intention of protection, of happiness, belonging, safety, but let's do it in a way that actually is going to do those things. In a way where we as the adult can develop the new survival strategies. And I always tell my clients, it's like, this coping skill, it worked. It probably worked for a while. It's just expired. It's like you're just drinking that expired milk every single day and going, what is going on? Why does this taste so bad? It's like you need a new bottle of milk. And we need to develop that and we need to create that. But we need to first do it by examining how and why the milk got off in the first place. And that's very specific to every single person and their subconscious mind. So let's figure out what the beliefs are behind this self-sabotage. Let's figure that out. What are they specific to you? These fears, are they still threats to you? Let's figure out why, or let's figure out why not. How can we change the feelings associated with this? How can we see this from a wider perspective? How can we take the bird's eye view and look in on this and make some changes? How can we rewire the perceived threats? How can we instill within you the confidence, the ability, the capability to know that you can deal with these things? That if you are rejected, that you can be okay and you can be safe, right? Because it's never like, I'm never trying to tell my clients, or you'll never get rejected, or you'll never get hurt, or you'll never have to face any pain in your life. Because that's just not true. That's just like toxic positivity stuff that I just do not gel with at all. But it's how do I know that I will be able to handle it? How do I feel so strong and confident within my own sense of self and my abilities? And let's instill that. Let's instill those strengths so that you can go after what you want and you know that you'll be okay if you don't get it. It's creating that sense of safety within yourself. And we need to do that through understanding why the beliefs are there, what they are, how can we change the perspective on this, how can we rewire this, and how can we instill such a strong sense of safety within yourself that I'm good. Like, I don't need to preempt these things. I don't need to protect myself in this way because I know that if something happens, I can protect myself. I'm good. I'm just good. That is where we stop self-sabotaging and we start going after what we want in life and opening ourselves up to it because we're not blocking ourselves by fear. And it works on an actionable, tangible way, as in you will start going after things that you really, really want. But I also think, and this is probably woo-woo, but I totally believe it, is that when you stop blocking yourself from those things, you open yourself up to them, things start coming to you. I truly believe that. It happens to my clients. It happens to me. I know I still block myself from things, for sure. But when I start kind of chipping away at those blocks, things just present. I can't explain it. I don't know why. That they just do. But we need to get rid of the block, the fear, in order to be able to action these things. So self-sabotage, You're not weak. You're not lazy. You're not any of that stuff that you'll tell yourself. Even you telling yourself is a protective strategy in and of itself, because we love to criticize ourselves, to pull ourselves down a few notches to protect ourselves. All we're trying to do is protect ourselves every single day. We just need to learn new ways to actually protect ourselves and to kind of just upgrade. It's really like upgrading the coping skill. It's like it's past its expiry, it's done. We're trying out something new. But that has to come from that subconscious level. And that means delving into that, understanding it, and making changes from there. And working with your subconscious mind, not against it. Amazing. Thanks for listening. I love talking about this, and I could talk about it forever because it's something that we all do in various degrees. Because we're all trying to protect ourselves. Like, we're never going to stop that. We just need to learn better ways of doing it. We are all just trying to protect ourselves. Sometimes it shows up as self-sabotage, but if we work with it, it shows up as like helping ourselves thrive and survive at the same time. I hope you got a lot out of this. Whether you're a client or you're a practitioner, I hope these episodes are helping and are informative. And if you have any questions, feedback, anything, send it through to me. I would love to hear from you. But until then, I will speak to you next week. All right. Bye.